Hello, welcome to Demon Interviews, episode 145. Insert joke here. I'm your host, Springy, and joining us today is a very special guest.
I'm Jess, also known as Inu.cos, on pretty much all platforms.
Awesome. Woo! So, first question, because it's shocking to the world, we're an interviewing show. I know. Changing the formula on episode 145, I know. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Just hanging out.
Awesome.
Not doing much.
Have you ever been interviewed like this before?
I have not, no. It's my first time.
Well, we are happy to introduce you to the world of interviewing.
Thank you.
A graphic that I'll never put in. Um, so next up is: would you rather eat Cheetos or go on a hike?
Cheetos, but both sounds good. So.
Both is the secret answer. So I mean.
Oh well, yeah. There you go. Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Both.
So people can assume by your online name and by the past guests we've had, you are a cosplayer.
Yes.
Do you have any other new cosplays planned to do that you're able to tell us about without me giving you a small fee of $5?
I do. So I have an upcoming convention happening where I'm going to finally be able to do Ian Lightfoot from Onward, the full cosplay. I've done like small like test cosplays of that. I'll also be doing Glimmer from She-Ra, and for Hallmont, I'm actually going to be doing a big project, which is a armored version of Pike Trickfoot from Critical Role. So I'm excited.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And since you brought it up, would you mind kind of telling the audience, because hopefully this comes out before it is, what conventions are you hoping to attend to in the safe future?
So hopefully, if they happen, I'm attending MegaCon in Orlando, Florida, and I'll also be attending Holiday Matsuri, also in Orlando, Florida, which is at the end of the year. My favorite one. Hopefully, everything goes to plan.
Oh, let's all hope. So you say that you go by Inu.cos on all the social media platforms. Why did you choose that name over something else?
Okay, so when I was in high school, my very first anime was Inuyasha. I was obsessed. My friends used to call me Inu, and so it was just like a nickname that stuck. And when I was creating my platforms, I wanted something that kind of meant something to me and also was like something that would be short and simple. So I just did it Inu.cos, and it went from there.
Awesome. And I swear I mean the words awesome and amazing, even if I say it 16,000 times.
That's fine.
Two words I know. Um, so now I have to say it's their stereotypical YouTube thing. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon. If you have any questions for our lovely guests here, put them in the comment section below. If we ever get them back onto the show, ask them your appropriate questions. Um, and don't forget to follow them on all the social media platforms. Those will be in the description below, or at least a way to get to them in the description below. Awesome. So, what is one of the hardest things about getting into one of your cosplays?
Oh goodness. So one of the hardest things is the fact like I can't get into them or out of them without help. Well, specifically the armored pieces. My paladin armor from Pidge from Voltron, I can't do certain buttons once I have the chest piece on. And then my armored Inuyasha that I did, like I did it so that I have to have somebody like help wiggle it over my head. And when you're doing that in a parking lot 5 minutes before your photo shoot, it's difficult. It's a scene to behold.
Yeah, I've newly gotten into like wearing actual like armor pieces. I can definitely agree with that.
I am so grateful to my friends. They're very happy to help me, and I love them.
Awesome. Well, next up is a question from my past guest, a Mr. Zoom underscore 2028. It's very long, very complicated question, very personal, very heartfelt. Uh, Bacon question mark.
Bacon question mark. Yes, of course. I love bacon
Awesome.
all the time.
Every
Yes.
time, all the time, every time.
Yes. Bacon's good.
Well, next up, coming from the same past guest, even longer, more complicated question. Peanut butter question mark.
Oh wow. Yeah, I would say it's longer. Uh I love peanut butter too. Peanut butter is great. I prefer creamy peanut butter, but
Same.
yum.
So next up is one we kind of just cooked up. Uh, Bacon and peanut butter question mark.
I've tried that before. That sounds interesting. I not don't knock it till you try it, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, I since we asked this question a lot for at least 100 episodes now,
Oh,
ish, I have actually tried it and stuff, and it's not bad, not bad.
okay. All right. Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, the ratio you really gotta get it, but like too much peanut butter just tastes like peanut butter, not enough just tastes like bacon. But I mean, they're both good.
I mean, I've had chocolate covered peanut butter. So, or chocolate covered peanut butter is Reese's. Um, chocolate covered bacon.
Mm,
It's actually really good.
sounds really good. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Yeah, if that works and peanut butter and chocolate works, I mean, why not just cut out the middleman and put the other two together? I mean,
Yeah.
the middle chocolatey friend of fun. Um, Next up is how many conventions have you gone to before, or if it's easier, how many different ones have you gone to before?
Okay. Um, it would definitely be easier to say how many different ones because I've been cosplaying for a long time now. I've probably been to at least 10 different kind of conventions. Off the top of my head, just small ones combined with larger ones. Um, I couldn't tell you how many I've been to though. It's been a lot.
Completely understandable. Um, Next up is since you know this past year with all the craziness, we weren't able to. A lot of people have not been able to go to cons or anything. But what was one of your favorite convention memories that you have?
Oh goodness. I have so many favorite con memories. Of course, like meeting my friends. I've met a lot of friends through conventions. I think there was one time where I was cosplaying Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and this mother and daughter were like sitting in a panel that we were in, and the mom just like turns around and she's like, "Excuse me, can my daughter get a picture with you? Belle's her favorite princess." And it was just very like heartwarming and fulfilling to be appreciated by a child who, like has that innocent wonder. Um, so that's probably one of my favorite convention memories.
Awesome. That sounds adorable. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, she was really cute.
biggest cosplay inspiration or inspirations, if you have multiple?
I have so many. There is when I first started getting into social media versions of cosplay because that is big now. Sarah Spaceman was like one of my cosplay inspirations. Sarah Spaceman is very like um, informative and willing to share like all of her tips and tricks and hacks and her processes, and I've learned a lot from watching her. So it's been amazing to kind of like watch her grow and also meet her in person. Yeah, she's one of my favorite Instagrammers.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And questions over there, and technically you're over here on my screen, so I'm never looking
Yeah.
at the camera. Um, so next up is going to be if you had to pick somebody from social media and all that fun stuff to do like an IRL like collaboration with, like photo shoot or videos or so on and so forth, who would you pick who you haven't done one with before?
Okay. They're a really big TikToker, but they do a lot of Critical Role cosplays, and that's something that I'm really big into right now. But their handle is B Robeast, and I just think that they're really like super talented, and the way that they portray characters is just really um, connective. Um, I idolize them. Yeah,
Awesome.
I think that, yeah, it would be amazing to do a collab with them. Also, cosplays. Love them.
Awesome. Well, next up is going to be would you keep a pet zombie or would you kill it?
Um, Alternative answer, I'd probably be eaten by it. Yeah, zombies are not my favorite thing, and I have like a very like fawn response, so I'd end up trying to like hide, and then the zombie would find me and eat me.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the secret fifth answer. So I mean,
I probably would try to keep it. Uh, but yeah, it would eat me.
yeah, yeah. I first rule of Zombieland cardio. I am not good.
Yeah, no.
uh, how are you and some of the characters you cosplay as alike, and how are you different?
You take somebody like Inuyasha, for example. Um, he has a very quick temper, and I don't necessarily think that have that quick to aggression like he does, and solving things by hitting things. It's not necessarily who I am. But I think like his loyalty and devotion are key points to me towards my personality. Um, Loyalty's a little questionable with him though, but yeah, yeah. But in the end, yeah.
Well, what is one of the biggest misconceptions about you or the characters that you cosplay as?
Oh, good question. Hmm. I think a big misconception about me is like that I'm not approachable. Um, which is wild to me because like I wear my heart on my sleeve and I will answer questions from complete strangers, honestly and openly about myself. Um, yeah, I won't hurt you. You got questions? I'm happy to help spread the wisdom about cosplay if you guys have questions about it.
Awesome. Well, good thing I have this giant book. No, no questions.
All
Um,
right, question one.
I just tried to use my mouse to scroll on my phone. Oh my god. I am losing my mind. Okay, so anywho, continue on, pretend that didn't happen. Um, who's your favorite character to cosplay as?
My favorite character to cosplay as currently is Deku from My Hero Academia. It's very comfortable cosplay. I feel like I can portray him very well. Um, and the wig is like wearing a hat. It's pretty great.
Awesome.
Plus, good boy. Very good boy.
Yeah, of course. Um, so this is coming from a past guest, from actually from last episode. I am remembering them and writing them down from last episodes, and I'm proud of myself. Usually that doesn't happen. Uh, so last episode we got a question in from Cause Talk Live. They were on the show last week, and they ask, if you had unlimited funds, unlimited, whatever you need, what cosplay would you want to do?
You know, I so for me it's like I would love to do like a full kind of like mecha suit, stuff with all the bells and whistles and like Warbla and all of those kind of more higher end price cosplay materials.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily have like a character that would be like that, but um, it'd be really fun to do kind of like Toothless in that kind of way. Where, because you see like the Iron Man suits, there's certain cosplayers that do like the full Iron Man suits where like they lift up, but like something like a Toothless or even some other kind of character where it's like that kind of suit be really cool.
Ooh, that'd be really cool. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome to see. Um, Once again, coming from a past guest, again a recent one, which is shocking. Uh, from an ultra geek cosplay, Pepsi or Coke?
Mm. It depends on my mood, honestly. Like I don't mind either. Um, cherry Pepsi, orange Coke, but both for regular flavors.
Yeah. Awesome. 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 Have you ever made any cosplays from suggestions from fans or friends or so on and so forth?
Uh, yes, definitely. It was 2019 MegaCon, and my friend was doing a Queen group cosplay from um, their drag video. Goodness, and they needed a John Deacon, and I was like, you know what, I'll do it, and it was so much fun just to go in as Queen, and we had everyone in drag as the band members. It was so much fun. I loved it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Uh, Last one for my the list to do here. What was the best compliment you've ever gotten?
mm. I had it's hard to pinpoint just one because I've had anytime that anyone compliments me, it's like it's so uplifting and I love it, and it's just like You like my cosplay? Thank you so much. I got a cosplay or comment from a friend, and she like reminds me of it every time we talk. But it's like I was sitting down tired as Pidge and just kind of like disassociating. But she ran up to me and she was like, "You're so cute. I love your cosplay." And then ran away. And like I totally forgot about it until she reminded me later. But like that's just one of my favorite compliments because it really like solidified our friendship. And now I won't forget it. Hi, baby cut. I love you.
Well, that is awesome.
Thank
Um,
you.
so now we're going on to the final four questions. First, do you have any questions for me as an individual about the show in general?
Okay. Um, so I know that you and your co-hosts have been doing this just because you guys feel like you want to like uplift the smaller cosplayers. As a smaller cosplayer, what is a cosplay that you have planned?
Well, right now I'm working on right I'm working on sorry, my brain thought I said a different word and I didn't. That's why I said it twice. Uh, I'm working on a Grim Jean from Ruby. Like it's and like doing a whole evil. I'm saying armor because I'm making it like it's armor, but I'm planning on
Yeah,
making it seem more like it's organic, not just you're pale, have some white armor or more white armor in your case.
right.
Um, so yeah, I'm working on that, and I'm super excited for that. Like that, I've been posting updates and stuff on not the Demon Interviews one because that's not here. Let me brand myself on my no on my own thing. I've been posting updates and oh man, I'm excited to work on it more because I just need more foam.
Yeah, more foam. Thankfully, they're more accessible now, though. Like getting those the cosplay supplies.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, awesome. Well, do you have any other questions, comments, or concerns?
um, as a also again as a smaller cosplayer, like, is there um advice that you would give to the community?
Oh well, me as somebody who barely makes their own things. Uh, look, because usually I buy like I just bought this whole thing off of Etsy. Beautiful
Nice.
painting, I love it so much. That's why it sits right here next to me at all times. Either try and make it cheap, like I make gloves a lot of the time, like out of like a cheap like Halloween glove, you know, like those like cheap like dollar store ones that are like spandex, but they're like they go up like here.
Yeah.
And solo cups, like I have like if any of them break, I have about 80 more of the same color
Right. Yeah.
of the color and everything. And just like I always say, like either find the things for as cheap as you can, but also that looks right. You know, because you know there are people who be like, "Here's a piece of paper. This is what you ordered." No, it's not.
Yeah.
Read the fine print. But definitely try and find the because I'm new and I have a very thin income. Um, so me because I pretty much commissioned my whole Jean arc cosplay except for the gloves. that's that's the only thing I didn't commission. There are a few other like just small things I had to buy, but like uh, find good cheap things that are quality. That's the best thing I can say. And think out of the box a lot of the time as well. Because like whenever I tell people that I made like small pieces of armor out of Solo Cup, they're
Yeah.
very shocked most of the
Yeah.
time. And I'm
It
like, yeah,
looks and it's like limited effort.
yeah. It's just like hot. I would also say don't use hot glue on them unless you already have hot glue and stack of cups that you're
Yes,
willing to go
please
through.
also be careful not to burn yourself.
That as well. It just also they
Safe.
melt. The solo cups melt. So I would say
Yeah.
definitely being careful, like using like super glue or I haven't used contact cement yet, but next time I make them or next time Jean's gloves break, I'm gonna try that and see how that
Yeah.
works. So hopefully, because I've been using it more often because now I'm making my own armor because
Yeah. Those first pieces, man. You learn from it.
yeah, because I made a whole spring trap from Five Nights at Freddy's, like a whole. That
What?
was my first thing I did.
The
So
first thing you did.
that was like one of the big, like that was the first thing I like really went out and made. Like I mean,
Hmm.
like I took sweatshirts because I made all the Five Nights at Freddy's puppet masks. They're all behind me. You can see very light glimpses of white behind my head, and that's what they are.
Hmm.
Um, I have all of them, and like I had like a black spandex mask I put on, put one of those on, and then a sweatshirt that has like two rings of tape on it for the arms and sweatpants for the same thing. Like, but the spring trap was the first big one I made, and I got way too thick of foam.
Oh yeah.
Also, the wrong type of foam. I got like sofa foam that's like extra
Oh, wow.
soft. I
Yeah.
mean, he's good for being my first attempt. I really want it. And like the color felt I started using, they don't sell those in a roll, so I had to
Uh,
buy squares. So like he's very patchy, but I mean it's Springtrap, so that just
yeah.
fits him. But
Your first class, like your first project is always like the learning curve,
yeah,
and then you notice that every time you make another cosplay, it's better.
yeah. I want to like get like a different colored felt that actually comes in a roll and redo his stuff because he most of his stuff looks fine. It's just the head. The head. Usually I have the head right here, but like recently I just don't have it in here. It's like in storage or something.
Yeah.
Now it's hiding from me. But yeah, is there anything else you wish to ask?
I don't think I have any other questions, but yeah, it's great, like listening to somebody talk about their craft and
Yeah, I've definitely learned what I'm good at and what I'm not, and who I need to buy things from. um,
yeah, yeah. There's certainly, and there's no shame in buying cosplays either. Like I've certainly bought cosplays and had to modify them. Um, but yeah, buy your cosplays, make them. It's like you're still valid as a cosplayer. You know.
I completely agree, mainly because I'm the buying section. But yeah, 100%. Because like I would not, because like I like just from buying the armor, I learned because like it came a little because like shipping and stuff came a little broken, so I had like they told me how to fix it and everything, so that's how I knew how to make armor because I had to fix one piece of my armor. So now I have a more comfortable idea of how to make it. So
Yeah, yeah.
now we're gonna go into the final three. I promise I'm not gonna say that every single time. Um, would you ever like to come back to the show in the future?
Of course, I would love to.
Awesome. Good, because we scheduled you for 18 more things.
Oh
And
my.
um, next is who would you like to see on the show in the future?
Ooh, I would so love my friends. um, Just a singing geek. She's really great, total sweetheart, and she's a content creator. Does D&D stuff, TikTok stuff,
Hmm?
cosplays all over. Storybook Tales also is very talented and sweet, and is the prettiest princess ever. So, yeah.
Awesome. We'll definitely send them out invites as soon as we can. Um, Lastly, is going to be do you have any questions for a future guest?
Okay. Um, I would honestly love to know, like, what I asked you is, um, what advice would you give to a cosplayer, baby cosplayer just starting out? Mm.
Awesome. Well, with that, thank you all for watching. I stare right at the camera. Only time I stare at the camera. For watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And don't forget to follow our lovely guests on all the social media platforms. Like I said before, they're in the description, or at least a way to get to them. Yeah, not always links. I'm sorry. Um, but and thank you so much, Jess, for being on the show. I'm looking this way and looking there, and all three places at the same time. I had third eye; they all be splitting off in the different corners. But thank you so much for being on the show. I highly appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. It's been awesome. My pleasure.
I'm very happy to hear that. Your check for saying that will be in the mail later.
I'm gonna look
um,
for it.
but thank you all for watching. At least I will see you in the next video.
Bye.